Hi folks, AZ Flyer here, and in this video we're going to show how to set up reverse thrust with a FrSky X20S radio and a FrSky receiver in the airplane. So the first thing you have to have is an airplane with a reverse channel functionality. So in this case I'm using a Freewing Zeus that has an ESC with a separate wire that's running reverse. So it's got a wire and I'm running it into channel 7 on the receiver. So I'll show you how all the settings have to be done so that reverse thrust will run. So we're gonna go over to the mixer and you'll see here I've got reverse thrust on channel 7. So, and I've set it up. You need to set it up with a momentary switch. So what I've done is I've set it up on the momentary switch on the back of the radio right here, this momentary switch behind, and that is called SJ. And the reason I put it there is when I'm landing, I'm not going to be using my ailerons or elevator anymore. So I'm okay to make my hand move a little bit and push that button because I'm going to be using thrust and rudder on the ground. So I want it on my right hand for the way my radio is set up. So I'm using that momentary switch. So you're going to come down to source and you're going to hold that momentary switch down and then step off so that it holds that. Don't press and release it. You want to press and hold that button down.
Brakes on.
And then step off it. Now, you can also hear there, I have set up a special function to say brakes on so that it tells me my brake is on, and I'll show you how to do that as well. The other thing we want to do is we're going to need to set up our range so that it's a curve so that we're only in 50% positive and negative. Now, you're going to want your weight up and your weight down here to be 100%. So make sure your weight up is 100% and your weight down is 100%. But we're going to set up a curve. So you're going to want to create a curve like I've done here and go in, and when you edit that curve, you're going to set the curve up to be 2 points. So on this, you'll dial it in. It'll probably say 5 when you first set up. So you're going to set up for 2 points. And then when you come down to your, because I'm momentary, I'm on and off. So there's my 2 points, on and off. And then my points configuration, you'll see down below here, I'm going to want a -50 and a +50. So you don't want it 100 both ways. You want -50 and a +50 on a 2-point curve. Set up with a custom type. So your type up here is going to be custom. That's what you're always going to dial up. Custom curve. 2 points, +50 and -50 on my points here. And then your momentary switch will allow that reverse thrust to work. So again, channel 7. This is from my particular radio because I've got an extra channel for this. I'm using a momentary switch. I've chosen SJ on the back right, and then my curve should be set to +50, -50, and my weights are at 100% here. Now, I've also got, as you heard, I had a special function. I had audio calling out. And to do that, you're going to come over to Special Functions, and I'm going to say, you're going to add a special function, and I'm calling this one brakes on. So I'm going to have it play track, enable. Its active condition is that button, that SJ button, that same momentary switch button back there. And you're going to select your file and scroll down to whatever you want it to be. I want it to say brakes on so that it tells me when I've pushed that button. And I've also set it for 3 seconds, so it'll repeat it every 3 seconds.
Brakes on. Brakes on. Brakes on. Brakes on.
So you can hear it. It's repeating that every. I don't want it saying it, every second or continuing. And I don't want it saying just once. I want it to talk to me while I've got that button pushed in, so it's telling me that the brakes are working. And then once you land the airplane, push that button in.
Brakes on.
When you give it power, it'll add the reverse thrust,
on.
and then when you release, the ESC will go back to forward thrust again, and you've got forward thrust. So that's how you set it up. Feel free to add any comments in the section, and we'll do our best to answer any questions. And good luck with reverse thrust.